So today we're doing something a little different. Yeah, we actually went on a mobile job and did this little airplane. Now, the customer just wanted to have it polished and sealed. So we brought all the equipment that we were going to need. A rinseless wash, our polisher, our polishes, towels, and our sealant. And that's pretty much it. But we did run into some problems that I had to explain to the customer, and I'll get to that in a bit. So we started with a rinseless wash and just wiped the entire plane down. There was a few bug guts here and there, easily cleaned off. Now, as we look at the paint, this is actually painted with car paint. So base coat, clear coat. So it's easily polished out. So someone else had attacked this with a rotary polisher and left a bunch of buffer trails and swirls. But a couple of passes with the compound from Old Burke cleared it right up. We're good to go. Now, there were a few imperfections in the paint that we really weren't concerned about. This was more of a paint enhancement, not really a correction, and it was going to be sold anyway. So the owner just wanted it to look as best as it can look without going overboard. There certainly was a lot of real estate on this thing, and the wings were of main concern for the customer. So those were polished out. The rest of the body, we just went over with the sealant and didn't really even have to polish it that much at all. A few spots here and there, but that's about it. Now you'd notice that the nose of the plane was taken off, and basically that was to make it easier to polish on those areas because the nose actually split in two. There was an underside and then there was a top portion, and you'll see that in a moment. Now the challenge here, since we're not mobile anymore, we didn't have our trailer or our setup, so basically we just brought what we needed for the job. And there are probably some things that I could have used, but I just didn't have with me. Now the bottom portion here definitely needed more than just polishing or cutting. And I cut pretty hard here. I actually had to take the microfiber disc and go as hard as I could. But really it needed to be wet sanded. It was kind of a bad paint job, especially on this bottom portion, and it needed wet sanding and cutting and polishing. But I didn't have any of that stuff with me. So I did my best. It wasn't perfect, but again, this is the underside of the nose of the plane. It obviously gets a lot of friction or something happens to it where you see a lot of these straight line scratches. But again, it was glossy, it was protected, and the customer was happy. So let me know down below, do you detail anything else other than cars? Maybe it's boats, maybe it's RVs, or maybe it's planes. Let me know down below. And what are some of the challenges with detailing things like that? Like a boat, a plane, or an RV. I know back in the day we used to detail RVs and boats, but they were really challenging, especially when they were really chalky and oxidized, because I really didn't know how to polish back then. And to be honest, I really don't even want to polish RVs and boats to this day. It is a lot of work, and when you give the customer the price, it's usually on the higher side because it needs to be, and many customers don't want to pay that price. However, it kind of just depends on your demographic. So maybe you're in an area where you do make a lot of money detailing boats and RVs and planes. Awesome. Let me know down below if that's the case. Thanks for watching, guys. I know it was a short video. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell so you don't miss stuff. We'll see you next time.